Hello, welcome back to Failing at Sword of the Samurai. I am Narelon, and I have the controls, and I'm about to embarrass myself.
I am Loomis, and I'm silently judging.
At least it's silent this time. Normally you're very vocal in your judgments.
I'm practicing to be like this guy.
A noble goal. Normally it's all, why did you buy those chalices? He's doing the face, everybody. He's doing the face. Why did you buy those chalices? They don't stack. That's terrible league playing.
You get some bowls next time. You can stack one on top of the other.
See, you don't see what I have to put up with. But maybe you can learn more about it if you join our Discord. And you can read his non-silent judgments.
Check out our league streams on Friday for my constant judgment. Because I'm the only one who knows how to play, and everybody else is doing terrible because I'm not a good teacher.
What a balanced view today. You know, I found out today, I was deeply disturbed, that there is a website that keeps track of all your statistics on League.
Yeah.
And just anyone can just look that up.
I mean, it's intended to be a competitive game. I don't know if it keeps track of your unranked stuff. Just your formally ranked games.
It keeps track of your bot stuff.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
I was watching someone stream League because I'm into League now. I'm one of those people. And she was talking in a chat to another streamer. I think he's famous for League. I don't know. And he said, check out and he gave the link to the website where he was on. Like, check it out on this website. And nope. And she didn't. I thought, you know what? I thought, let me have a look. So I had a look, and it didn't really mean a whole heap to me. And then I typed in my own name on there, and there were my stats.
Oh.
And you know, it's the most played with Lumaru Lumitsu and Lady Meow.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And also Wolf 616. Yeah. And it gives you all your breakdowns of your, what do they call it, KDAs? Kills, deaths, assists. What character you did, what your KDAs was, what your wins and losses are, who you were facing.
Yeah.
Like, whoa, who you played with. Like, so I guess, Riot must keep a record of everything, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And for some reason it's available to this website. I don't know if it's affiliated with Riot or if it's just a...
I would assume it's like a Riot website. Because, I mean, they intend it to be a competitive game.
Yeah, so it makes sense that you can look stuff up. And yeah, I was like, oh. Everyone can see how bad I am. Let's do a lesson. I'm feeling bad about myself. With Chikata aims sword at opponent's eyes. Twisting Chikata's sword, he charges in with a thrust.
Okay.
Now I'll show you how to do it. Watch this.
This is going to be another break one.
Good, I'm theoretically nominally better at these.
Oh no, it is a counter.
Oh, well.
It's twisting sword, but...
Boop. Oh yeah, it's like you use because the swords are curved, you use your back of the sword to knock it away, then twist your sword around for a thrust, so you line it back up again, I guess.
Well, I should have paid attention to whether he was calling us the attacker or the defender.
Oh yeah, we totally should have paid attention to any of the lesson, really.
Yeah.
So really useful. Like distance and time, and all the things we talk about how we need to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Probably should have paid attention to that.
They were medium distance.
That seems legit. Oop. Oop. Oi.
Oop. Nice.
There we go. I deliberately just did a steady press of the button. My habit is trying to hit it as often as I can.
Yeah.
Once, and then once. And that seemed to do the trick. Good. Good.
I have to try that in exam 6.
And 13 now.
Probably go for 13 while it's fresh.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, it concludes the Otachi Ichi Ippon, originated by Master Ito Itosai Kagahisa, founder of our style.
We've done all the beginner lessons.
Huzzah! Now we just need to do the beginner exams.
Yeah.
I was expecting at any minute to be like, do you remember our ancient manner? When he starts talking about the master, the originator of our style, I thought,
Yeah.
any minute now, he's bust into that kind of language. Wait, don't press anything.
Do you remember our man? Do you remember our mentor, opulent and imperial?
I'll test you for Maki Komi. Time. I don't see if nationality comes into this. I know, that's not how it's spelled. Don't at me. Here's for the pun. Here's for the memes, guys. It's for memes. Quick, justify being like really horrible to people online. No, it's for the memes, guys. They're just memeing. They're just memeing when I said all those awful things.
You can't ban me. It was a meme.
I'm just memeing, guys. I'm just memeing.
The rules don't say no memes.
Oh.
This one should be relatively easy to parry because he's doing it somewhat diagonal. There we go.
I did have a circle then. No, don't miss it, don't miss it. You didn't punish me for it, so it's okay.
Yeah.
I've heard people say the memeing thing as well. Great! You have learned Makikomi brackets time. Well, you passed this exam. Huzzah! Yeah, I've seen people try and apply the it's just memeing thing to like political commentators. Like, you know them who come out with really horrible things. Ooh,
Yeah.
triple meal flow. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, no, yeah, he was just memeing when he said that awful thing. He was just memeing when he said that mass shooting never really happened. It was just a conspiracy to take people's guns away.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, but I feel like it's not, and I feel like he wasn't. So, you know,
Yeah.
it's not a meme to say that kind of stuff, and he wasn't memeing when he said it.
And I have to say that the triple needle flow is perhaps the most painful way to make sure that your right flow is going.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Sounds like some fairly intense surgery, you know? Getting those triple needles in there.
Yeah, it's not good, but you know, if you do what you need to, I guess. You probably have sedation, maybe.
In late stage, yeah. That guy at the door, you know, he wants to go to the theatre. He's got to get his triple needles first, and that'll last him for about a week.
Yeah, it's a repeat procedure, but as long as it's not, you know, suddenly classified as one of limited clinical value, you know, they'll be okay.
Okay, that one hit you when you weren't moving.
In a real fight, that would be what matters. I think when there's a fella you face later on one of the Swordmasters. Spoilers. And I'm fairly sure all of his dialogue is about how lessons don't really matter. What matters is actually facing someone on the field of battle.
Yeah.
Ah! Now we're trapped. We can't do any more lessons until we do the last test. The final. Now it comes to this.
Yeah.
The final test. Hold on or expire.
Vaguely I can't remember any of the details, must say, but I vaguely remember reading about I think it was in the UFC, the Ultimate Fighting Championships.
Yeah.
There was a guy who recently out of prison, reformed, but he had a reputation. He was a very tough guy back in the day.
Yeah.
Did a lot of street fighting. Worked out a lot in prison. He was a very, very strong, powerful guy.
It's not Kimbo Slice, is it?
Maybe.
Carry on with your story, Mark. Sorry, I interrupted.
He entered the UFC, I think it was, and there was a lot of excitement about it. People were saying,
Yeah.
you know, this is a real fighter, somebody who's been in life or death battles. You know, he's not formally trained, but he's done all this street fighting. How is he going to match up to people who, you know, they've trained all their lives, but they've never been in a real fight? And they wanted to see how this would go, and he pretty much got demolished instantly in every fight because he couldn't land a hit on them, and they just took him apart.
Yeah, I mean, it could be more than one fella, but I know there's a bloke called Kimbo Slice. I think it was his. Oh, he's not his real name.
Yeah.
I think he might have even been homeless after coming out. I don't know if he was in prison or what. So it could be the thing, it could be different. And he was a street fighter, and like people would pay to just, you know, like YouTubers even, paid to just have like a brawl with him on the street, like. And he'd done all this like real fighting as well, you know. And yeah, I think it was 6 seconds or something. Like his first bout. He just
I mean, that's what they train to do. You just go in straight for the kidneys, incapacitate them in one hit, right?
yeah.
So it turns out that, being a fairly tough guy who's been in a lot of real life fights doesn't really stack up to people who practice doing it right every single day.
Yeah, I found that really remarkable. I remember me and Angel having a conversation about that. Because he's of the opinion that, like, practice only gets you so far, right? There's theoretical techniques are nothing to actually facing an opponent in a life or death struggle. And then, my counter argument was basically that guy.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, he was fighting on their terms in that this was a formal sparring match.
Definitely, yeah.
Maybe things would have gone differently if they'd been fighting him in the street, life or death, but 6 seconds?
Yeah, it was pretty conclusive. Like, sure, I mean, against the average person he's going to be doing that. These are professionals at it, It's not a fair standing up to, like, an average guy who's learned some martial arts. Fighting a street fighter is probably going to come out very differently to a trained professional who works out and trains this stuff every day for years. I get it. I see both sides, I think, as a... It's a bit like, I don't know if you saw a while ago, a Tai Chi master for a UFC guy. Or actually, UFC is a specific thing. A mixed martial artist.
Yeah.
And it was... I think the match lasted 20 seconds, but the Tai Chi master was defeated in about 10.
Yeah.
And like the rest of it was just counting him out, which was, because it kind of makes sense. You're learning an ancient martial art. Like, sure, it's been practiced a very long time, but MMA is taking the best of all the martial arts.
Yeah, with a very modern feel to it. You're taking the parts that work.
Yeah, and then combining them with like modern understandings of technique and nutrition and all that stuff. You're not just meditating on your techniques. You're working out to get the right kind of muscles strong. You're eating the right kind of food for maximum nutrition and all this stuff.
A lot of the old stuff is about mental health and physical health and stuff like that as well. Whereas mixed martial arts is just about destroying your opponent. Yeah,
it's about taking somebody on in the ring as a spectator sport and defeating them, generally speaking. Another mixed martial arts done for like self-defense. Like, isn't the Israeli one basically that? Like Krav Maga?
Yeah, I think so.
Basically like an MMA. What I'd like to learn, if I was to learn a martial art, which I'd like to, I think it'd be a fun thing to learn. Like, not just for like self-defense purposes, although that'd be useful. As a thing to do, like a practice. Is Pankration.
Yeah.
Which is the ancient Greek one. I don't know how much it's been reconstructed though, which is could be an issue. I know there's a modern one where people call it Pankration, but it's not really. It's like, but it was practiced at the Olympics, and it was known as being the harsh one because it's wrestling and boxing combined.
Okay.
But it's interesting because it's an actual mixed martial art from 2,000 odd years ago.
Yeah.
I think it look really interesting to learn. So essentially, it's Greco-Roman wrestling plus whatever you call Greek boxing. Pankration means all the strengths.
Yeah. It literally is just mixed martial arts in the original Olympic tournaments.
Yeah. And the pictures of it on like vase and stuff always look really brutal.
Yeah.
I think it's a historical study as well. It'd be really interesting. This was an Olympic sport once.
So it's interesting that it's pitched as the combination of like wrestling and boxing. Like the division between the grappling and the striking martial arts existed even back then.
Yeah, definitely. There was wrestling and there was boxing. And it's not boxing like we would do it now.
Yeah. It's probably not technically boxing at all, but like a striking martial art.
Yeah, that's it. We call it boxing because I suppose it's a bit like how in the 19th century when people start taking interest, when Japan opened up, and they started taking an interest in Japanese martial arts, they often referred to stuff as like Japanese boxing.
Yeah.
And Japanese wrestling and things like that. They're not really, but that was a term they used.
Yeah. People understand what you mean. It's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm watching an interesting YouTube video about. It's a guy who does like historical martial arts, and he was talking about the use of terms. Like if somebody refers to a sword being put in a sheath, is it wrong?
Oh,
did I just do it?
You did it. You keep doing this, like Like, I put all that work in early on, and then you're the one who sniped the governor's tournament. Then I cleared out all of those missions, and you're the one who gets the final one, the mission 6, and hogging all the glory, kill stealing.
yeah, that's definitely it. You have learned the Otachi techniques well. You'll receive a certificate from the master. Now wait, is this the master of this school, or is this the master of the Time Lord from Doctor Who? Because if it is, I don't want anything to do with that.
Can we rule out it being both?
yeah. Like, he's going to shrink me down and stand on me, or he's going to, like, steal my body because he's run out of regenerations. Like, I don't want any of it.
I mean, he's going to give us a certificate.
Like, is it the kind of thing where we take it and then die, or it turns out the certificate is actually his TARDIS? I mean, he's done similar things before.
These are all possibilities.
Oh, look at the way it's capitalised. Yeah, this is definitely the master.
Yeah.
Be on your guard, friends. Go to the drawing room. Oh, no.
On the plus side, there's every chance he won't be able to see us.
Maybe he's ready for that regeneration. Oh, he looks quite young for me. Oh no, Jiroemon?
Okay.
He's now got the same name as the rest of them. This is not what I expected. In recognition of your having executed Otachi, our sworn enemy.
You are now under arrest.
And understanding the truth of her style, I hereby bestow upon you beginner rank, and instruct you as follows. About seeing, about space, about Zanshin, brackets, unrelaxed. I feel like you could have just left that, translated. Yeah. You not left the others untranslated.
Are you saying that Zanshin translates as unrelaxed? Are you saying unrelaxed Zanshin, as in that particular kind of Zanshin?
Oh yeah, that's actually it.
Is this next one going to be about Zanshin?
Yeah, it's quite possible. Seeing. When you look at things, you should look at them. No, you should look at one part of them and at all of them. Oh, I've heard this lesson before in Japanese philosophy.
You can say more about one apple than you can say about every apple.
Exactly. This means you look at the tangible and the intangible. Wait, that's in Tolkien. If you look at things with one eye from one direction, they look flat. You cannot discern their distance or their real state. Binocular vision, that's how it works,
Yeah. So don't close one eye whilst fighting.
You will misjudge the actual object if you fret about part of its surface. You won't perceive your opponent's reality, looking only at form. Yeah, that's fair, I get it. Besides looking at your opponent's moving form with your physical eyes, oh, here we go, you must also see his moving intention with your mind's eyes. Oh, I thought he was going to go crazy. But it didn't. It make sense.
Reach out and sense his ki.
That's what I was thinking.
Also makes sense here that they're giving lessons on eye care.
Yeah, definitely. Space, the final frontier. These are the voices. No. Space is the intention to perform a sword technique with bold movement. It is not only the distance from the tip of the sword. Okay, so it's about space between the combatants. That makes sense.
The tip can cut and the edge can pierce.
Yes. Your mind space decides everything. You must have the power at the tip of your mind to pierce straight through the opponent's mind.
I mean, in battle you generally do win if you pierce through your opponent's mind.
Yeah, that would definitely do it. Even if your mind space is right, if your skills are green, you will stumble and be laid. Seems legit. Yeah, I like, by the way, we can hear sword practice in the background. We can hear the clacking of the wooden swords.
Yeah.
Practice your skills and use your space well. Zoom in. I guess it's about, you've got to know the distance between you and your opponent. You've got to know how they're moving so that you can be in the right place. Otherwise, you're going to get hit instead of doing that. Yeah. All the stuff that people have seen us do, you've got these counselling us to avoid.
Yeah.
Zanshin.
Also, he's obviously got Soto, but look at how well he's taken care of it. He's in quite good shape. Yeah.
His face is not furrowed. He's got the downturned mouth.
And the eyes have, compressed, but he's taking good care of them. You can still see quite well.
That's probably why he's the master.
Yeah.
He's certainly younger than the guy on the door.
Is he younger, though? Is it just that his Soto is less severe?
The guy on the door is actually like 18. The reason he's on the door is he's new here.
Yeah.
Until you've trained up a bit, you got to be the doorman. You got to sign people in. But unfortunately, the Soto is just too far gone.
Yeah.
Teaching number 1. Oh, you guys. Use 80 or 90% and leave 10 or 20% in reserve. Use that to your advantage. Okay, don't go all out.
Yeah, never bet everything.
Yeah, makes sense. Teaching number 2. Use 100%. Hold on now. Use the power in your mind freely and attack with everything you have.
You're saying you gotta know when to hold back and when to go all in.
Now it says, know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away when the dealing's done. Don't count your money. Well, there's something about chips are on the table. There's time enough for counting when the dealing's done. And I misquote Kenny Rogers. If you do this, you will win, reserving both mind and body, and you'll be able to use your sword again at will. Yeah, it's that. It's about committing yourself when you know. Like when you know you're going to strike through, commit yourself, otherwise keep a reserve. Teaching number 3. Use up everything, and then 20% more.
Okay, so know when to use the 80%, know when to use 100%, know when to use 120%.
Yeah. Is this where we say, but by definition, 100% is the most you can give?
Nerd!
This is a principle beyond principles. The Ito school starts as singular and plural. If still not enough, leap beyond the line of death.
The gates are open.
Just because you've won once doesn't mean that you can be careless. You must not let down your guard. That's fair, don't be arrogant. Tomorrow you'll move on to the next practice. Actually, I'm busy tomorrow. Dragonfly strike. That's all. Get out.
That's all you'll be learning tomorrow, the Dragonfly Strike. After that, you're done. There's only actually one intermediate lesson.
I'd love it if that was the case. You have like a dozen basic lessons, and then you have one intermediate. And yeah, cool, you can be an advanced one now. You're ready to become a master.
Yeah.
Did you know that the dragonfly is the most successful hunter in the world?
Yeah?
It's the most successful predator. It's something like 80% of its hunts are successful.
Okay.
And it's because, sounds like a meme, but it's a genuine thing. It strikes where its opponent's going to be, not where its opponent is. Like when it launches off from its stems or whatever, leaves or whatever, it doesn't go straight for its opponent. It plots a course to intercept him. Which is remarkable that an insect is able to do that kind of forward planning and like calculate where the opponent's going to be.
Lead the target.
Yeah, and that's why it's so successful. Because most animals chase after the prey or ambush or whatever. That actually moves to intercept. So I guess it's easier in the extra dimensions of being in the air than being on land, but still remarkable. Dragonfly strike is a secret technique. Quick, stop the recording. Of the Ito school, taught by Master Itosai Kagehisa, the founder of our style. Once, when Master Itosai was sound asleep after a night of drinking in Kyoto, here we go, now we're getting to the good stuff. About a dozen rebels burst into his room and attacked him. Oh, yikes, what had he done? Master Itosai jumped up at once to face his assailants. Taking their swords away. No, you can't have these. You haven't earned them yet.
Just reaches out and sweeps them all into his own.
Nope. He eliminated numerous opponents, on account of them being unarmed now.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem a fair matchup, really. Later, he did it again. Later, he applied a sequence to this unparalleled and wonderful technique, which he originated. Original character Do Not Steal. The main purpose of Dragonfly Strike, I feel like you get more text on the screen there. Is this a head-in? Is to kill all of one's evil enemies who suddenly attack. And not only killing them, but stealing their souls.
And defiling their swords.
Oh, yikes. I was going ridiculous, but he went there too.
Yeah.
The goals are to get rid of conspiracy and evil spirits. Oh, we were exercising too. Eliminate dark clouds from this world. Cleanse people's minds. Purify our society.
I will teach you a sword fighting technique that will allow you to purify society.
Suddenly this feels really ominous.
What have we signed up for here?
Because getting rid of conspiracy and evil spirits, eliminating dark clouds in the world, that sounds good. Purifying society. Ooh, suddenly I'm uncomfortable.
Protect the world from devastation. To unite all people within our nation.
And make the times bright and peaceful. Sounds lovely, but I've got real doubts about their methods and motives here. What are they saying are the elements of society they want to get rid of?
Peace, unity, brotherhood.
Dragonfly Strike 1. Ryubi. For the Ryubi technique, you twist the tip of the sword to the left from low right, then attack as you move towards your opponent. From upper, Uchikata defends himself. Shikata assumes right stance. He twists his sword leftward and moves on his opponent. Shikata executes Rising Slash. I mean, he's not my favourite guitarist, but I don't think I need to do that. And he can cut his opponent.
He's on the rise, though. He's making better stuff these days.
Yeah, just why cut him off now? You know? Now I will show you how to do it. Watch closely. I do like a top hat, mind you. I always appreciate a top hat.
Yeah.
Boop. Ooh.
Oh.
So run round and miss him up the backside is what we've got here.
This is the kind of fighting that we're good at.
Yeah, I was born for this. Well then, let's begin. You will be the Shidachi. Good?
Okay.
I'm sorry, sorry Sensei, which one was that? He's going to just start wailing on us, isn't he, because this is intermediate stuff now.
Yeah.
Oop, that wasn't supposed to do. Can I just...
Could stop guarding so we can do the thing. Do I think how this is supposed to work?
Yeah. It looks like it works on guards, but that's not what we're doing here.
Yeah. Do you have to break his guard? Oh, did we get him?
Did we get him or did we run out of time? I'm genuinely not clear on that. Nor was I clear on anything that was happening there. Good! You are improving very well. That's enough for today. Go home. You're drunk. I qualify you to take an examination for medium rank 1. You're going intermediate.
Intermediate comes next.
Next time you advance to the next practice. I mean, that seems legit.
Yeah.
Alright, let's take we have time enough to take the exam while it's fresh in my mind and entirely unclear on what I just did. I'll be honest, I have no idea what's going on anymore.
So it's a break, but the actual break is just you stepping behind them rather than hitting their sword.
That's...
No, showed up at the wrong dojo.
Whoop. I've had to change desks at work, and I'm convinced I'm just going to waltz and sit down in somebody else's desk. Now is the exam for medium rank 1. I will test you for Ryubi, who cannot be here today. Helen will be Shikata, who also is not here. You should use your sword just as you have learned. Like how they learned? Maybe you could show me what you taught them?
Yeah.
Obviously I know, but... You know, we'll role play me being them instead. Oh. Hey, huzzah!
Yeah. I wonder if the problem was that initially you were too far back. You had further to run around him, so he was keeping his guard in place.
Yeah, that's probably it. Great, you have learned Ryubi well. Excelente. You have passed this exam. Huzzah! Hyperclap, Poggers, PogChamp. And other Twitch terms. I want you to imagine those emotes in your mind if you know. Triple Rising Slash.
Waiting for the new album.
There we go. I feel like we've achieved a lot today. You know?
Yeah, we've finally gotten somewhere.
Whew.
We finished the first part of the tutorial.
When you put it like that.
But there's always more to learn.
Every day's a school day, everywhere's a classroom.
Exactly. So we'll see you next time for more lessons.
Bye.